Hi, it's Natasha here. Welcome to another Quiet Sphere production. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to deal with housemate conflict. This is where we look at how to effectively communicate about concerns and issues in the house and what you can do to manage them. House tensions can have a big impact on students' grades, well-being and friendships. And what I'm sharing with you here will help you to be more aware of how you respond to housemate conflict and, if necessary, how this can be improved. The reason we're looking at this is because living with other people isn't always easy, especially when everyone comes from different backgrounds and has their own ideas about how they want to live. When you're in a shared house, it's quite natural to experience the occasional awkward and slightly uncomfortable moment or disagreement. What's important is how this is managed, and being able to do this well is an essential skill for everyone to have. I've lived in a lot of shared houses over the years, and not just at uni. And the one thing that I've learned that's key to making any relationship work is good communication. As soon as something's bothering you, the best way to find a solution is to talk about it. A lot of people think they can manage conflict by either ignoring the issue or hoping it magically resolves itself. However, this is probably the best way to make a small issue become a much bigger one. If we don't talk about what's bothering us early on, resentment only builds, the issue gets bigger and it becomes much harder to talk about. I remember in one shared house I lived in, a plate was left on the sink for a week. Rather than ask the person whose plate it was to wash it and that be the end of it, a few of us decided to leave it, say nothing, and see how long it stayed there for. The result? Tears, drama, and tension in the house. Honestly, university is stressful enough without having to worry about extra housemate turmoil. As soon as something becomes an issue, whether it's one person who's causing the problem or it's a shared problem in the house, bring it up. There are good ways to do this and ways to avoid. Don't be too confrontational. Address the issue calmly and directly. If emotions and tempers are high, get yourself to a calmer place before speaking to those involved. Be careful not to react immediately and jump to conclusions. Situations often get more heated than they need to be when we deal with them in this way. Try and keep your tone more empathetic, powerful and strong, rather than one that's angry and emotional. Tell your housemates what's been bothering you and how it's making you feel. Stick to the facts of a situation. No matter how big or small an issue is, it's good practice to learn to give someone the benefit of the doubt and, without judgment or anger, ask questions to determine exactly what's happened and why. You can then consider your response and together talk about what can be done to resolve the issue. Where possible, have a solution ready for the discussion, instead of just going in with a complaint. If there are a number of problems in the house, list them in the order of trouble they're causing and talk through them, starting with the least problematic. Hopefully, the conversation will be one that's calm and productive. But if things start to get a bit out of hand, simply remind everyone that they need to be listening to each other and to ask questions if there's anything they don't understand or they don't agree with. It's important that everyone has a chance to voice their opinion on an issue, and they shouldn't be shouting over each other. This may take a bit of practice, but responding from a calmer and more rational place will achieve a better outcome. Most of the time, the person that's responsible is totally unaware of how their behaviour is affecting others in the house. But once they've been told about this and they understand the consequences, they are often quite happy to change their behaviour. One thing to be careful of though, is if it's one individual stressing everyone out. When you talk to them, try and do so without it feeling like everyone in the house is ganging up on them. It's also important to avoid using passive-aggressive behaviour to deal with things. This includes leaving abrupt notes around the house, Facebook statuses venting frustration that someone hasn't done the dishes again, giving someone the silent treatment, talking about them behind their back, not including them in things, unanswered messages, and the notorious subtweet. You wouldn't be allowed to deal with issues like this in the workplace, so don't entertain it with your housemates. Use your housemate relationships as opportunities to become more comfortable dealing with issues as they arise and to develop your interpersonal skills. It's a great way to start developing confidence so that you can speak up for yourself not only at university, but when you enter work and have to deal with conflicts in the workplace. And remember, don't hide behind social media. Facebook, Twitter and WhatsApp are great for organising property viewings or general house notices, but when it comes to a concern, face-to-face communication is essential. If you're the only person in the house feeling a certain way about something, have a think. Are the others really being that unreasonable, or do you need to be more flexible and consider there are different ways of doing things? Remember, living with others is not about pushing your way of doing things on everyone else. Compromise is essential. And if you can consider things from both an internal perspective and that of others, you can be much more objective. Adaptability is a key soft skill employers are looking for, and as long as you're not being forced into anything that's immoral or illegal, then don't begrudge going with the house majority. Life is short, so be careful what you stress about, and don't dwell on the small things and risk living in an unhappy home. The same goes if there's a big argument. There may well be a time when we lose it with someone, or someone loses it with us. Maybe there's pent-up frustration, maybe there's a lack of understanding, maybe we simply just don't know how to deal with a situation. Whatever the reasons, getting things off one's chest can have benefits and can open the door for calmer discussions and ways to find a resolution. Be mindful that things get said in the heat of the moment. Don't hold a grudge. You'll only continue to feel angry or upset, and at the end of the day, you're only hurting yourself by harbouring negative thoughts. Find a way to forgive or forget and move on. If you are in the wrong, it's okay to admit it. We all make mistakes, and it's often not until someone brings something to our attention that we become conscious of it. It's natural to get defensive, so be careful not to react straight away. Take on board what the other person's saying. They may have a point. Reflect and use constructive criticism as it's meant, an opportunity to learn and grow. If there's tension all the time though, or certain unacceptable behaviours continue, either seek support from a student union advisor, or speak to someone from your student accommodation team, or speak with the landlord or letting agent, and they can help you look at your options. In the worst case scenario, where you feel the only solution is to move out, often if you can find a replacement tenant to move in and take over the tenancy agreement, you should be let out of the contract early. If you're stuck with someone you find it hard to get on with, hang in there. Remember, it's only until the end of the year, and then you can politely go your separate ways. Hopefully, talking about things in a calm and considered manner will help to keep a happy home and will avoid things from escalating. If there's something that's been bothering you and you haven't said anything about it, now's the time to do so. After this video, go and talk to whoever it is that's responsible, or if you need to, hold a house meeting. The important thing is to tell people what's going on. Be bold, be adult, be calm, and let your housemates know what's on your mind. For more information, have a look at the PDF in the members area. This covers different issues and gives suggestions about how you might want to deal with them. Also, consider asking your housemates to watch this video. At least that way, you'll all have the same information and we'll all be on the same page. I really hope this video has helped you to be more confident addressing issues as they arise. If you've got any tips for dealing with house issues, then we'd love to hear from you. So please leave your comments in the comment section below this video. Good luck with everything, and I look forward to seeing you next time.